let's get into it, Chinch. For the one guy that didn't vote for Ichiro with a 99.7, like, first off, show your hand. Who are you? And you should 100% not be able to vote ever again. Okay, that's the bottom line. That's how I feel with some of these guys that I just put this down and take it to the. Well, if you're just bitter Bob, dude, and you want to be that guy, be done. Be done. Like, it's such an honor and a privilege to be a voter for the Cooperstown Hall of Fame. If that's the system, we got to clean up this system. Coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on? Dude, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Chinchy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, brother. Thanks. It's a good day to be alive, man. I made it. I made it one more year around the sun, dude. I did it. Wasn't easy.
One more year around the sun.
It wasn't easy, but I'm here, dude. Yeah, I'm excited.
Guaranteed, just today, one more day. I always say, like, one more day, day one. Let's go, dude. And it's your birthday.
That's it, man. Gonna have a nice dinner with Jess, my dad, my brother tonight. Really psyched. Place called Chef's Table in Lynbrook. Beautiful Italian food.
Ooh, that sounds good. Italian.
A lot of galamà tonight. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be great, man. I wish I was there.
Yeah, so the other big thing, other than my birthday, the most important thing in baseball that happened this week is we got CC in, we got Ichiro in, and we got Billy Wags into the hall. So congratulations.
Let's go, man. Congrats to those guys, man. Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
Ichiro won, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Ichiro's in, CC's in. Good for CC. And Billy Wags, baby, getting in with 80%. What was he, like 4 or 5 votes shy last year?
Yeah.
And, dude, then when you go look at what's a little painful, dude, is when you go look at the numbers and you see him, like, right behind Mariano Rivera in ERA, 2.31. Strikeouts per 9, number 1. He's number 1 in so many categories, and this is his 10th year. Like,
right.
Who's looking at this sometimes? Seriously, dude, sometimes I look at this stuff and I go, who's looking at this stuff?
Right. Dude, it's funny, perspective-wise. Somebody posted up CeCe's numbers with Kurt Schilling, and you look back and you're like, oh, wow, Kurt Schilling didn't get in. And look, his numbers are – him and CeCe are pretty much similar numbers. And it's like, where did we go wrong at certain times, and where do they go right? It's interesting.
Dude, Kurt Schilling should have been in a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And it just, I mean, all of it. I don't know when politics or whatever got into baseball, but like when he started talking about Trump, when that wasn't the right thing to do in that culture, and I really think it was used against him at the end of the day. I think that's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Is because he kind of spoke his mind. But give me a break. At the end of the day, this is about what you did on the baseball field. Right. And at the end of the day, Kurt Schilling's a Hall of Famer, and CC Sabathia is in. If his numbers are close to Schilling's, Schilling was off the ballot.
Yeah, exactly.
He got in first ballot.
Well, dude, I looked last night and I was looking at some of the guys' numbers. Like, dude, you may think David Wright is or isn't a Hall of Famer. I would guess he probably won't be being at that position. But, dude, he only got 8%. He barely stayed on a ballot. If anything, I just want to see him on a ballot for a while. Like, you want to see some of these guys so people can change your perspectives. Because, you know what? A few years ago, CeCe wouldn't have been a first ballot Hall of Famer in some of the eras that we're looking at. This year, I thought it was the great thing about this one is like, yes, Wagner had to get in. You fixed that problem that you didn't get him in.
Right.
CeCe's a Hall of Famer, so just put him in on the first time. I don't want to hear he's not a first ballot, so I'm not going to vote for a guy if I don't think he's first. The ballot looks the same every year. So exactly. I like what they did there. Beltran and Andrew Jones are close. I think they're trending good. But again, some of these guys, leave them on there for a while. Let it cook. Let it simmer. And then Billy Wagner finally gets in. It took too long, but we're glad he's in, and you did the right thing by that. So there we go.
Dude, dude, the evaluation of talent, too. Like, CeCe's one of the greatest pitchers, I think, of all time. I mean, having faced him and faced Randy Johnson, dude. CeCe's 6'5", 6'6" on the bump. just with a nasty slider, 100, 98, 90 mile an hour fastball. It reminded you a little bit of Randy Johnson, just a couple inches less. And Ichiro was incredible. Billy Wagner, dude, one of the nastiest guys I've ever faced. These guys are all Hall of Fame worthy. Now, here's the question that kind of goes to your point, Chinch, about evaluating talent. Is Buster Posey a Hall of Famer?
It's a great question. Doesn't have the hits that they used to say get into the Hall of Fame.
Bro, not only does he not have the hits, he has half of the hits that you say. It used to be 3,000 hits.
It's 1,500.
Craig Biggio gets to 3,000, he's in. Adrian Belche, 3,000 in. Buster Posey has 1,500 hits.
How many hits do you have?
I have more than Buster Posey.
Boom.
Maybe I should be in the Hall of Fame. No, 1528. No, I think the biggest thing about Buster Posey is that he has 4 championships.
Mm-hmm.
We know he's one of the greatest catchers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But, what are we evaluating? Do we have to look – now do we have to look at Dustin Pedroia differently? Why is Brian McCann off the ballot?
Mm.
Go look at Brian McCann's number for a catcher. Was he just overlooked?
Correct.
Chase Utley's trending up, which is good. Andrew Jones, hopefully. Andy Pettit's starting to trend up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for all the people out there that said Andy Pettit did this and did that, dude, you take HGH a couple times, human growth hormone, to help your elbow heal. Mm-hmm. Let's look the other way. Who cares?
I kind of agree.
I'm sorry. That's just because I know Andy. I know him as a man, one of the greatest people I've ever met. Go look at his stats, dude, and what he meant to the Yankees all those years. Dude, go look at his postseason stats. Maybe one of the greatest postseason pitchers of all time.
Yeah.
And one of the most humble guys ever.
Oh, man of faith. He does all this charity work with Tunnels for Towers. The guy is
incredible. Trying to come back.
Hall of Fame human. Hall of Fame human.
Oh, by far. And, dude, trying to come back from injury, took HGH back then, whatever, blah. Yeah. And to help him heal, that was the only thing. He made a mistake there. Start looking at his numbers differently, because there are guys in the Hall that have no doubt crossed that barrier in 55 million more times than Andy Pettit.
Yeah, so that's a great.
I'm crazy and get backlash on this stuff, but I don't care, dude.
Well, think about it. It's not like he was throwing 94, took HGH, and came back and threw 98 and 100. There are guys that did that. That's a different story. That wasn't to gain an advantage. That was to gain your mobility back in your elbow. Or whatever. Anyway, I saw this from CC posted this last night. I didn't catch his interview with the network, and I don't know if he said this. Did you know this? From CC on his X page. I wouldn't be here in this moment without Harold Reynolds. After the 2017 season, I was contemplating retirement, and it was he who pushed me to strive for the Hall of Fame, knowing what it would take to make it. 3,000 plus Ks, 250 plus wins, everything. Our one conversation changed my whole trajectory, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Harold.
Wow, dude. That's really cool. Dude, that's why H is such a good dude, bro.
Yes. I've known him for 25 years. I did not know that story. And that's why Harold's such a great guy, because he didn't tell anybody that story.
He didn't tell anybody that story. That's so great. Dude. And maybe CeCe didn't know how impactful that was going to be.
Dude, I looked at those last 2. He played 2 more years. Those 2 years, he got to those numbers. He got to the win total, and he got to the strikeout total in those 2 years, and he needed them in his second year. So he played 2 more years. Congrats, Harold. Once again, Harold does something cute.
Well, also we learn by history, because you look at Fred McGriff sitting at 493, and he's off the ballot, has to get in with the Veterans Committee. If someone told him, hey, Fred, 500 is going to be the number, dude, you need 7 more. And, 7?
Yeah, he could do that in
another 3 weeks or another month and get it and be done and get in the Hall of Fame, not have to wait 20 years. Mm-hmm. I think those numbers do matter, but I wonder how much they matter. Dude, guys are not going to play as long, dude. The money is too great. The money is too great. Guys aren't playing 20 years to get 300 wins, to get 3,000 hits, to get 600 homers, 500 plus homers. Guys aren't playing that long, dude, because this mentally becomes such a grind, and you look up and you go, I got 200 million in the bank. I ain't doing that. Mm-hmm. So the evaluation on these guys, I'm just looking at Buster Posey's numbers.
Yeah. And
I'm kind of comparing them to mine, because that's what I have. We both played 12 years in the big leagues. He's got 293 doubles. I think I have 321. He's got 158 homers. I have 130. He's got 1,500 hits. I got 1,528. And he's a 302 career hitter, so am I.
Dude, let's get you on a veteran.
He's got an 831 OPS. I got an 814 OPS. My point is, I'm not saying I'm a Hall of Famer, and I didn't get a vote for Hall of Fame. I was on the ballot. It was one of the greatest things in my life. But I'm saying, if those are the numbers now that you're evaluating, I never thought twice about my ballot saying, I had a great career. I'm a Reds Hall of Famer. I've done some really cool stuff. What an unbelievable run. But if Cooperstown, even though, I know he's had 4 championships, all that stuff, but so does Jorge Posada. Jorge Posada's got 5 championships, I believe, and 251 homers and better numbers than Joe Mauer, and he's off the ballot. So I'm just saying, like, you got to start maybe looking at some things differently here, because the numbers nowadays, there's so many analytics. There's so many ways to skin a cat now. You can look at different ways to prove your point with these numbers.
I say it a lot. I've said it before on the show. Matt Baker, one of the greatest statistician researchers I've ever worked with in my life. I used to sit with him. Dan Plesac would be sitting in his chair on the set. Harold Reynolds in his chair on the set. And Matt Baker could literally sit there and give each guy their arguments. When they were arguing about something, he would give Harold stats to back up his argument, and then he would give Dan stats to back up his argument, and it's brilliant, and he's right. They're both right. The stats are there. So here's why I think somebody's a Hall of Famer. Here's why I think somebody isn't a Hall of Famer. And they're parallel worlds. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Look, it's not easy to be a voter. It's not easy to be a voter, but you got to respect your vote, and we're going to get into that.
Yeah, you got to respect your vote, and also I just go down the Lance Berkman train again. I can't help it. I actually can't help it. When you look at him as a switch hitter, one of the greatest switch hitters of all time, and you look at the greatest switch hitters, you're talking like, when you see Mantle, and you see why am I drawing a blank? Mantle, Chipper Jones, and you see Eddie Murray. Berkman's up there in all those categories.
Yes, 15-year career. He averaged 293 with 32 homers, 106 RBIs, 36 doubles. Average for 15 years.
What was his OPS? It's got to be 920.
OPS, boom, down. He had a couple years with 1,000. How about 943 for your butt?
For your career.
Career
943, 15 years. Go look at Edgar Martinez's numbers.
Not even close.
He's a DH. Berkman played first and center field. Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. I mean, not even close. I'm just saying they're the same, if not Berkman's better, and he's off the bat. So I don't know. Like I said, Andrew Jones. The fact that he's not in, I don't know. And I'm not saying put everybody in. I'm saying this. You should be evaluated.
Yeah.
It should be tough to get into Cooperstown. That's what's great about it. But
right.
You also got to get it right.
Yeah, and
for the guys, let's get into it, Chinch. For the one guy that didn't vote for Ichiro with a 99.7, like, first off, show your hand. Who are you? And you should 100% not be able to vote ever again. Okay, that's the bottom line. That's how I feel with some of these guys that I just put this down and take it to the. Well, if you're just bitter Bob, dude, and you want to be that guy, be done. Be done. Like, it's such an honor and a privilege to be a voter for the Cooperstown Hall of Fame. If that's the system, we got to clean up this system. We still
have not found out who didn't vote for Derek Jeter, which is also, Bob Costas said it yesterday, and it was a great point. He's like, you're going to do something that insane, own it, and why do it? I don't understand the justification of it if you're not going to say, well, here's my reasoning. And listen, I might hate your reasoning, but at least you give your reasoning for it. This guy, I'm telling you, Ichiro and Derek Jeter are not first ballot Hall of Famers. Hey, you know who else isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer who got more guys didn't vote for him? Cal Ripken missed by like 7 guys. Left Cal Ripken off the ballot. The guy played more games every day.
I agree. Yeah, Cal Ripken. Yeah, who's not voting for Cal? Who's not voting for Ken Griffey Jr.?
Ken Griffey Jr. Why? Why are you doing this? I'm telling you, you didn't vote for Ichiro this year. There is not a justification for it. There's not. Unless he did something to your family personally, which he didn't. I know for a fact. I'll say it.
They go into that whole thing like Babe Ruth didn't get 100%. So Mickey Mantle, like, all right, stop it.
It's really upset me. This one really got to me. Because, you know what? Because we were looking at it, and everybody who showed their ballots obviously voted for him. It was trending. As of yesterday morning, everybody who showed their votes, everybody who voted for him as of the morning. Somebody yesterday, it came out, they didn't vote for him. It's just, it's stupid.
It's so ridiculous.
And it's an insult to the other voters. I know how hard, like Ken Rosenthal and John Heyman and Morosi, and go down the list. Oh my God, Jason Stark spends the entire year, every year.
Dude, you should have to show your ballot. What are the rules there, Chinch?
There's no rules. Honestly,
you should have to show who you are. You should have to show this is my ballot. That's what we do everywhere else in the world.
Right.
Everyone knows everything about everybody nowadays. How do I not know who didn't vote for Ichiro?
And
how do I not know who got who? Because when you can start to put it out there, now you're going to take it a little more seriously. Now you're going to be like, okay.
And technologically speaking, there is no excuse not to see all of these guys now. With MLB Network, with all the streaming platforms. Back in the day, there was an argument. The beat writer for the St. Louis Cardinals wasn't watching the Yankees. He just wasn't seeing them. He was looking at the stats and seeing them maybe once a year in a 3-game series. So there was a little argument like, the homer guys, if like a Cardinal was going to go in, you were going to get a lot of Cardinal votes and stuff like that. And that was understandable because we were living in a different culture. Now you can see every at-bat from every single player. You can go look at film if you want to. Yeah. You can everybody's talking about it. Everything's on the internet, what everybody has said about them, how they carry themselves. There was no excuse for this guy not to vote for Ichiro, and it really upsets me on my birthday. And it's my birthday.
Well, it's fine. Yeah, we don't want to upset you on your birthday, so we do not want to do that. But, dude, you're right. And you watched the show last night. The MLB Network did a great job. They always do a great job in that coverage. BK, out at Cooperstown, too, is great. But, Bob said it right away. It was one of his first comments. I'd like to know who didn't vote for Ichiro.
Yep.
I'd like to know. I mean, Tom Ritchie would like to know. So I don't know but I guess, dude, not everybody's going to be your cup of tea. Not everybody's going to do what you think they should do.
And at the end of the day, the great thing about it is Ichiro has the coolest personality, the most calm, cool, and collected personality ever. I'm sure he don't care, and it actually adds to his legacy as awesomeness. And how cool was it to see Griff surprise him on the broadcast last night?
I didn't see it.
You gotta go look on. It's online everywhere.
So what happened? What happened?
Greg, this is amazing popping circumstance setting it up. He goes, I got a special guest for you. here. And Griff just pops up on the screen, and it was just awesome. And Ichiro was laughing about it and so excited to see him. And they're super close. Griffey was saying his wife was running around screaming and crying around the house when she found out. So that's really cool.
That's very cool. So cool.
Yeah, it's a fraternity, man.
Oh, man. Junior's Seattle legend.
Yeah.
Well, baseball legend, obviously. Yeah. But in Seattle, he's more like a god. He's like the Safeco Field's the field that Griffey built. So when Ichiro kind of took the torch.
Harold made a great point right at the start. He's like, man, as a Mariner, I'm so glad Ichiro played when he did, because if he was coming around this time, he'd be a Dodger. That's a great point. He's like, I got my Mariner guy in because he'd be a Dodger.
True, man.
He'd be leading off, and he'd be batting second in that lineup.
So anyway, great. How many Mariners are in the Hall of Fame, dude?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Did Randy Johnson go in as a Mariner?
Well, they changed those rules after.
No, he was more of a Diamondback, right? Well, you can go in with 3 hats now or something?
Well, okay, back in the day, this is interesting because Dave Winfield, when I was a kid, was my favorite player. He went in as a Padre because there was this under the table. He got a deal to become an ambassador for the Padres after he got into the Hall, or they were going to do a lot of stuff with him, and he was going to make some money off that. So he went in as a Padre. If you look back in the day, you could choose. They were choosing more. So Reggie went in as a Yankee, and he was like, I'm going in as a Yankee, and he played for so many teams, and everybody's like, wow, and he's like, I got to be a Yankee. Now I think they can make their decision. We should, what we should do? We should get Jeff Idelson on maybe next week, again, and kind of explain the process with us. Because
I don't think Leland's wearing a pirate hat or a tiger hat. I'm not sure.
Third, Ichiro is the third member, so Griffey is technically a Mariner. I think.
Edgar. He's definitely a Mariner.
Edgar. There you go.
Edgar. Okay, Edgar. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Edgar. The other thing that's cool is I saw Andrew Jones congratulated all the guys that got in, which is really cool because, I mean, he must have been really disappointed last night. Chipper came out and was Chipper's getting chippy on the old internet, dude.
What are you saying? We got to get him on, dude. I was thinking, Chipper, we got to get him. I got to call him.
I was thinking that too. Hold on.
Get him on.
Let me pull him up because I don't want to insult Chipper by misquoting him. Hold on. Let me see. He said a bunch of stuff last night. He goes after people too. when he doesn't like somebody that puts like a swing video on or something, he's like, get out of here. Let's see. Oh, here's one from Chipper. I want to ask all Hall of Fame voters one question. Because he played with Andrew. Forget about it. If Andrew Jones plays for the New York Yankees for 15 years with 10 Gold Gloves, 400 homers, 1,300 RBIs, is he a Hall of Famer? Let me answer for you. First ballot. Time to have a conversation about Hall of Famers chiming in. 75 living members can make sure it's right. Ooh, what if you get a vote as a Hall of Famer, Chipper? Good.
Dude, no, that needs to happen, bro. The players need to be more involved. Because like I said, I'm telling you the guys I played against. I'm not just throwing everybody out there. I played with a lot of great players. I'm like, what a great player, but not a Hall of Famer. What a great player, but not a Hall of Famer. You face Billy Wagner, if this guy plays long enough, Hall of Famer. You face Randy Johnson, Hall of Famer. You face CC Sabathia, Hall of Famer. You play against Ichiro, Hall of Famer. That's what I say. You play against Lance Berkman, Hall of Famer. I'm saying, let the guys that have been in the box, let the guys that have played the game have a vote. Let these guys have a vote. Don't wait till the Veterans Committee, till you start getting baseball guys and managers and those kind of guys that have been in the game for a vote. Those Hall of Famers, 75 dudes, should have a vote on who gets in, or somebody. There should be a panel of players that have a big vote for guys to get in, and not just these writers that are leaving Ichiro off. And you know what I mean? Like, listen, there's a lot of great writers, a lot of good people out there. There's some guys that aren't. Let's start weeding some of that out and get the process back to some of the players that have been in the box and played the game need to have a vote on who gets into Cooperstown and who doesn't.
Yeah, great pull, Chipper. You're going to get Chipper on? Can you get him on for us?
Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll get him on. We got to get him on. I'm going to call D-Row. I don't have his number, but I'll get it.
All right, great. All right. Well, we've said it all, man. I mean,
yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, look, whatever, that vote, throw it away. I don't care. I don't care about you, man. I don't care about, or woman. Let's equal opportunity for somebody to be a bad voter. But congratulations to CC. Congratulations to Billy. Oh, man, Billy crying last night. He's a good friend of yours.
That was awesome, dude. Billy Wagner. Congrats, bro. It's freaking incredible.
I went back. I went down the list, by the way, of our shows because I found that clip from Billy. Dude, we have talked about Billy Wagner at least 7 times a year since we started this podcast, saying he needs to be a Hall of Famer. So, Case, you get a little credit for that.
We landed, yeah. I thought he was going to thank, like CC thanked Harold. I thought.
All right, dude. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm. Everybody on the coast, stay warm.
Happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday. Dude, it was -7 this morning here in Pittsburgh. What was it? Seriously. That was real. That wasn't like feels like. That was -7. Feels like -80.
No good. I saw Sarah was going to hot yoga, and she said she was afraid she was going to turn into an ice sculpture when she got in there. That's funny. Anyway,
So,
right.
what's the weather there?
The weather here right now?
Probably like 5 now, at least 10.
5.
Is it 5? 5.
Christmas.
Is it dangerous for me to take a walk? I like to walk. I'm like, maybe today might be dangerous.
Cover your skin and layer. Seriously, get a face guard, like something.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
All right, God bless you.
All right, man. Have a great rest of the day. Everyone out there, wish Chinchy a happy birthday, and hope everyone has an incredible day. We will see you soon, and we're gonna do our best to see if we can get Chipper Jones on here so he can go off on Andrew Jones a little bit. All right, man. See you, buddy.
Love you.